Sodi makes a 6.5 horse, and then they make a 9 horse. So these are the Sodi GT 15 series, I believe, karts with the 9 horse Honda GX 270 motor in
the
them.
270. So this is in between the mini dwarf motor and the mini mod motor.
Exactly. Yep.
So the mini dwarf motor is the 6.5, the 220, and then the mini mod is the 390. Honda motor.
This little motor for this track, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect. The speed is there. You can still use
slick tires, which is great.
Well, the slick tires, I think, give you an advantage on that surface. I mean, we see up in the Pacific Northwest in karts, when we race them out on our speedways, we don't run treaded tires. A lot of the guys in California still do. We run slicks all the way around. I think that on that particular track surface you guys have here, those tires, even though they're not super wide, that slick surface, you're putting a footprint all the way across. It's giving you an advantage. You can drive these cars in, and I was using the brake to set the car to get it to turn in, and just, fly through these corners. It was awesome.
And his tech crew here, each and every one of them are well-trained, like a pit crew. They come in, they're checking tire pressure to make sure your tire pressure is good. They're checking carbs. They're checking everything to make sure that when you step on the track, every car is as equal as it can. Every car is set up so it's safe, fast, and fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I appreciate everything that those guys do. And he's building guys that, as they take the next level into car maintenance and car repair, these guys can be crew chiefs on cars in a few years.
Well, Sully's going to be a driver here next year at Bakersfield because he had so much fun out there. He decided he's going to go buy a late model. He's going to buy a late model.
Man,
Crazy kart.
So much fun. I've only driven once before. It was at Mesa Marin, and it was a grudge match between my partner Randy Hamill and I. We were in like a mini stock. I thought I was a bullet. I was doing 50. And I remember Marion Collins saying, you know what, you guys are going to have so much fun out there. You're going to go and you're going to spin out and you're going to put it back in gear. Well, sure enough, I spun it, and I got within 12 inches of the inside wall. Now, the driver that owns the car has to go out and race in 30 minutes. And he picked his heart up off the floor. But I remember I said, you just put it back in gear and go. Well, they checkered at that point. They figured that's enough right there. But it was just an exciting feeling. Today, the same thing. And yeah, why not, man? I got to tell you.
What kind of speeds are we hitting out there on that track?
We never clocked them. I'm guessing I'd probably say with the gear on the carts and the gear chart, they're probably doing close to 40 miles an hour.
I was going to say probably
How
35.
big is the track?
The track's a 10th mile.
10th of a mile, and you're running 10-second laps or 11-second laps?
Right now, depending on the track surface, we've seen anywhere from 10.5 seconds to 11.5 seconds. The average lap time with the track surface right now is probably about 11.4.
Now, I wasn't doing
I was turning 11.4 last night. I had 11.4 2 nights ago.
Oh my
yeah, because we were here at the end of the night when it was bone dry.
It was awesome. It was awesome. That service out there, I've raced karts for a long time, and I think that is probably the best
I
kart
think we were
service
going
I've
faster
ever been
this
on.
morning, though.
I'd love to get my KT 100 on this track just to see what I could do. I mean, it just it is so much fun.
That being said, in the future, we're actually under new management as of about 5 days ago, so we're going to change some things around, and we want to implement kart racing. And what we want to do is we want to do it like every other week. We want to do it 1 day a week. We do not want to shut down to the public. We want to have one class at a time. People come in, run their heat races. We shut down an hour, 2-hour intermission, open back up the public, let them run some races, and then shut the public back down for 30 minutes or so and run a main event.
I would love to bring our karts down here. We could bring 6 of them down here with the KT engines and have a great time. I'm going to watch the web, on Facebook, Bakersfield Karting Experience. I've watched it for about a year, wanting to get down here, thinking, man, I got to go check that place out.
We were here last year for Bud Nationals, and he was chomping at the bit at the hotel. Is it going to open yet? Is it going to open yet?
And we didn't get a chance to make it, so I made sure.
By like a week.
I made sure that we made it down here.
Yeah, that's our way. We want to be able to get the public more involved in racing, so if we feel like we do that while they're down here, and it might introduce somebody in racing that never thought that they had a niche for it, they might watch a guy race and then get out when we're open back to the public and race with them and say, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I want a race car. And we love the sport of racing, and we want to help it grow.
We just got to hide Jet because he puts everybody humble pie served a la mode right there.
A perfect example of what Joey just said was my wife. She comes to the track with us, and she does anything that needs to be done to help these karts race, and with me and the kids. And, she's right in the middle of all of it. Last night, or 2 nights ago, we got her in a kart out here at Bakersfield Karting Experience. She got in, and when she got out, she was smiling and laughing. She says, man, she goes, now I get it. Now I understand why you guys like doing what you do. She goes, that was a kick. I mean, she had so much fun. And we got here today, and she says, okay, will you guys go out there and I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I said, no, you're not. I said, get in the cart. Let's go race. Phone went down. She grabbed a helmet.
Well, that's the thing that everybody said. Once you step on a dirt track and you get to actually race, not just put a couple laps in a car, but actually race something, you're going to be hooked.
Oh,
this is so much fun. And it proved it with Sandy. I mean, big grin from ear to ear. Even Sully getting out.
Dom
the same way. Big grin. Myself, this is the first time I've been in a go-kart, in a competitive go-kart, other than, like boomers and all that don't really count. That was an absolute blast where you can actually drive it in. You can slide the rear end
You
on
can
it
get the
and
car to
stay
set. You drive it in and here's the thing that I've learned. The harder you drive these carts into the turns here, the better they turn. I mean,
with weight.
Well, for the big guys like us, for the big guys like
250 and over, yes.
What I've noticed a lot lately since we've been open is some of our local dirt track guys, sport mod guys that are
down here all the time.
Brylan Holder, Austin Kiefer are perfect examples. They were young kids. They got into racing a sport mod. They were so not so good. Well, I seen Austin Kiefer down here every day for 2 months. I seen Brylan Holder down here every day for 2 months. Within weeks from that, they're out there winning sport mod main events because it represents so much of what goes on in a real race car and how to get off the gas to go fast. And
Austin's family, when they came in and they started working with him, they put GoPros on the cart and on him so he can see what he was doing and seeing his line. And Levi was here critiquing him. Hey, move up a little bit. You were doing it today with your boy out there when he was kind of track packing. You got one of those big Hoosier tires, put it out there, and you said, you go around it. You didn't even have to tell him. As soon as it hit the ground, he knew the next time he came around, that's where he had to go. And smooth as silk going out there. But that's what this can do, is on a level where you don't have to bring your $30,000 car out and rent the big track on it. You can come over here for $50 for 3 hours and run till your arms are raw.
We got a cushioned fence. A lot of people, it's scary getting in a modified. I mean, I've done it, and it's scary when the fast line around the fence. You got to pucker up and put her up there. And here it's just, we got a padded roll. It's perfect. It's perfect practice. You can shove it up by the fence and get used to it, and it really does educate you and teach you, how to drive a full-size dirt race car.
Well, and it's no different than driving a high-speed competitive dirt cart like we run in the Northwest. I mean, it truly is no different getting out there, and once you get a feel for the cart and the track and start turning down some lap times, you're like, man, this is great practice. We got indoor season coming up in the Northwest, and we're ready to go racing. I know we got another guest here on the show. Here at Bakersfield Karting Experience, Mr. Little, owner of Tulare Speedway.
No, not owner. I run the fire crew.
Run the fire crew.
There you go.
Okay, so you stepped up last night, loaned your fire crew to Bakersfield Speedway, and there was a couple times it came in handy. They were out there to help out drivers that got into the wall.
Absolutely. We're there for the big fire, and we're set up to really help them out if we need to. We got the call last week at our Dirt National event, and we said, let's go help them out. So here we are.
Well, and that's the thing we were talking about was the community coming together over this, not over this event. It's like everybody just kind of put everything aside.
That's right.
I mean, everybody's in competition here to draw cars to their track, and the respect I think the Schweitzer family has earned is on display this weekend with everybody from multiple states getting together to put on arguably one of the best races I've seen in a long, long time, and the best Bud National I've seen by far.
Right. I know I'm sitting here with a big grin on my face because I just got off that track.
How many laps have you? How many races have you ran already?
I think I've ran 8 races already since I've been here. I was fast time of the day there for a little bit. Scott Woodhouse, I don't know where you're at, but get your butt down here. And I just love this. This is a lot of fun, man. To have it meant for Bailey today, that's even that much better.
Well, and for us, these big guys like us to get out here and sling these carts around, I mean, Dom, we're not little guys. We're all over 200
pounds.
We
have a chance. My son's only 150 pounds, and I'm a 2-something. And, man, I can keep up with him here, and sometimes I get a cart that may just beat him a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you want cart 4 or 28? Those are the two.
And 5.
Is 5 good?
Cart 5's really good.
Okay, I was running 4, and then I ran the 28, and look at widescreen, walking with a helmet. He's ready to go racing again.
Right on.
What a jerk. We're over here.
thank you guys for supporting this event too, man. I always got to throw that out there. We have a huge event coming up in Tulare next week, the Trophy Cup for Make-A-Wish, which is next Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Had to throw that in there a little bit, but
absolutely throw it out there.
yeah, we're looking forward to that.
That race is a pretty unique deal. You guys have got a big thing going on because
Very
this
much
year
so.
kind of sets the tone for the next whatever happens. Because if you don't
Absolutely.
run that event this year, you're not racing for the money next year.
$5,000 to start the A main next year in Tulare, so you got to run this year. That's pretty good prize money right there.
He said $5,000 to start.
That's a lot of money.
Not win.
To start the
the feature.
next year in the 360s. Sure.
Okay, what does it pay to win it?
I believe it's $25,000 to win.
$25K.
And the prize money is spread through that whole field. That's what I like. That is the neat thing about it.
That is how you draw cars to a racetrack. And everybody
Absolutely.
looks at what it pays to win. Great. $25,000 to win. Pays $2,000 for
But
second.
the format.
Let's talk about it.
The guys with the most points almost every race go to the rear. So there is a constant we got to go feeling there. And as a fire crew, I'm puckering the seat all night watching that going on because those guys really race hard, and it is so much fun to watch. We have about 12 states that are going to be there, 3 different countries. We've got some young guns, Buddy Colefold, the Selzy boys.
Mm-hmm.
Man, them young kids are coming strong. That Gio Selzy, he's on fire right now. I know I'm missing a couple of the young ones, but those are the ones that are standing out right now.
Yeah.
And
Now, are you going to see Rico there?
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
Larson? I'm sure you'll see Larson there.
Kyle Larson won't be there.
He
His
won't.
mom and dad will be there, but Kyle's
Okay.
in the hunt for that NASCAR
Yeah.
win right now, so
Right.
he won't be there. I think if he had his way, he'd be there.
You know he would be. There's no
really
doubt
would be.
about that. But
Awesome.
I like what you're doing. The fast guys to the back, or the guys with the most points to the
Right.
back. You want to put on a show for the fans? Put
There
those
it
fast
is.
guys back there. I am
There it
for
is.
that in all divisions through all of motorsports.
Absolutely. It makes for the best race, and that's why it's the best race on the West Coast next weekend.
Very
Sure.
cool. And we want to wish you guys the best of luck with that.
Sounds
Hopefully
good.
you don't have to put your fire crew into too much
We
action.
shouldn't. Hey, we're going to be action after the race. We may do the dancing this year with the stars that they got going on, so the fire crew might jump in there and have a little fun after
Oh
the
my!
races too. So.
Oh
Wow.
my!
Yeah,
There
they
you
did
go.
Disco Inferno.
And Bakersfield Karting Experience closes tonight at midnight. Is that right? We're going to be at midnight, so we can still get a chance once the shows are over. We can break down real quick and get over here and run another feature before we have to get out of
I need to do
California.
that.
I think we do.
Yeah.
We might have to make a phone call and say, hey, wait for us. Don't close till we get here.
Yeah,
you
and
go.
we might have to do that, but
I think we know a guy now.
we do. We know a guy named Joey, and we've got his son Jet here. Jet is the fastest man here at this racetrack. We were watching him earlier.
You just
Right.
said man.
Hey, did you
Fastest
see how?
man. He drove like a man.
That's what I'm saying. How
There
old are
you
you,
go.
Jet?
7.
7 years old, and you drive like you're 27, and you've got no fear. I
There you go.
got to get out there and run with you. And I'm gonna tell you something. This kid pulls off. We pull off the track. We pull up there in the staging lanes. He gets out. He comes back. I take my helmet off. He puts his hands down. He says, "Hey, good race." Shook my hand, and I said, "That's a good little man right there." He just lapped me, and he came by to say, "Hey, thanks for letting me show you how to get it done here at BKE."
All right, hey, I'm going to go racing.
Man,
My adrenaline's
you
flowing. I'm
lucky
going
dog.
racing.
Well,
Thank you guys for having me. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate
We'll get
it,
out there
guys.
and bang doors with you in here in a second.
Sounds good, man. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Jet, have a sit down. Let's talk about this place, buddy.
Okay.
So now you get a race here all the time, so that's why you're so darn fast, right?
Yeah.
You've got a couple laps here, but you don't just race these cars here. You're racing trophy trucks, mini trophy trucks. What else do you race?
I used to race go-karts and bikes, but I think I can race my go-kart again, but not for sure.
Okay. So on your trophy truck, now I understand you're kind of the guy to beat, not just in the area, but in the nation. You're like the guy, right? Look, he's so humble. He just
He's
kind
like,
of
"I don't
closes
want-"
his eyes and.
It's like, I don't need to say it.
You know,
my driving says it.
So to drive these little trophy trucks, what is it like? It's a lot different than a go-kart. Let's talk about when you're in the seat, what do you feel?
It feels good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. This kid cracks me up. Now, you
Now-
got the suspension underneath you. They're a lot softer than a go-kart, right?
Yeah.
And you're not running on ovals, are you?
No.
What kind of racetrack are you running those trucks on?
A road course.
Road course with jumps. All kinds of crazy stuff, right? There's a picture of you up here on the wall, and these things look pretty cool. How long have you been racing these things, buddy?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, so half your life.
Right. Yeah. Half his life he's been running. But he's also been running other stuff at Bakersfield Speedway. What's that little car that you run out there? What's that called?
At Bakersfield Speedway?
Yeah.
Mini Dwarf.
Mini Dwarf.
Mini Dwarf.
Wow.
And how are you doing out there? Are you the points leader?
Yeah.